Good evening, everyone. Am I audible clearly? Please let me know in the chat box. Okay. Okay. So first of all, tell me whose exams have been started. No, no one's exams have been started. Balaji, Nidhi, Ayush, what about you? Next day, I didn't get you from tomorrow. Which paper is there tomorrow? English. Okay. So today is our science class, right? And so tell me how many lessons you have for your exams. How many in the sense from which lesson to which lesson? 10 to 19. Okay. So we have completed all the syllabus, right? So in today's lecture, okay, everyone has 10 to 19, right? Okay. So 9 lessons you have for your second semester. So today we will be taking revision. Revision in the form of question and answers. जेवढे लेसन कंप्लीट होतील तेवढे आपण आज घेण्याचा प्रयत्न करू. ओके. सो मेक इट क्लिअर दॅट माय स्क्रीन इज विजिबल टू यू. येस. ओके. I'll be asking a question. Write your name in the chat box or just raise your hand. Okay. Yes. Write your name in the chat box or just raise your hand. I'll be taking your name for answers. Okay. Okay. See, some lessons I have taken, some lessons I have not taken. Okay. But for the revision, I'll be only there. So accordingly, we will go. Okay. Lesson number 10. Okay. Just tell me one thing. This one. Who am I? You can write it in a chat box. त्याचा आन्सर तुम्ही चॅट बॉक्स मध्ये लिहू शकता. am ATP producing factory. I am ATP producing factory. Who am I? Mitochondria. Everyone write the answer in the chat box. I am single layered but maintain cellular osmotic pressure. I am single layered but maintain cellular osmotic pressure. Vacuoles. Okay. I support the cell, but I am not cell wall. I have a body resembling net. Who am I? Plasma membrane. I'm chemical factory of the cell. Chloroplast. Leaves are green because of me. Chlorophyll, not fungi. Chlorophyll. Okay. Okay. आता give functions. Give functions. Plasma membrane, पेशी पटल. कार्य लिहा. Plasma membrane और पेशी पटल. Raise your hand. Miss Nancy.
Plasma membrane is said to be selectively permeable membrane as it allows some substance to enter the cell while prevents other substance. Due to this property, useful molecules of water, salt and oxygen enter the cell and CO2 exits the cell. If any changes occur outside the cell, the cellular environment does not change due to plasma membrane. This condition is called hemostasis.
Yes. Next is cytoplasm, पेशी द्रव्य. Just tell me the functions. Cytoplasm, पेशी द्रव्य. Yes, Nidhi.
Yes, ma'am. All the cell organelles in the cell are spread in cytoplasm. The cytoplasm is the medium for many cellular chemical reactions. The cytosol, which is the part of cytoplasm other than cell organelles, stores many vital substances like amino acid, glucose, vitamins, etc. Cytols also help in cellular movement.
Okay. Next is nucleus, kendrak. See, I know it is like a surprise test for you, but you should be prepared as your exams are starting from tomorrow. You should be prepared for this. Only Mansi and Nidhi are answering. This is not acceptable. Yes, Mansi?
It controls all metabolic activities of the cell and also the cell division. It is involved in the transmission of hereditary characters from parents to offsprings.
Yes. Now, your lesson number 11. Your lesson number 11 is human body and organ system. मानवी शरीर आणि इंद्रिय संस्था. Okay. First fill in the blanks. Okay, you can write the answer in the chat box. रिकाम्या जागा भरा. RBCs of the blood contain dash dash and iron compound. रक्तातील तांबड्या पेशीमध्ये टिंब हे लोहाचे संयुग असते. Hemoglobin. Yes. Dash dash is present between thoracic and abdominal cavity. टिंब हे उदर पोकळी व उरो पोकळी यांच्या दरम्यान असते. Diaphragm. श्वास पटल. Cardiac muscles are dash dash. हृदय स्नायू टिंब असतात. Involuntary. Yes. अनैच्छिक. pH of oxygenated blood is dash dash. ऑक्सिजन युक्त रक्ताचा सामू pH टिंब असते. Alkaline. Production of RBCs occurs in dash dash. RBC ची निर्मिती टिंब मध्ये होते. Bone marrow. अस्थिमज्जा. Explain with reason. कारणे द्या. Human blood is red colored. मानवाचे रक्त तांबड्या रंगाचे असते. Yes, Soham.
50 to 60 lakh RBCs are present in each cubic millimeter of blood. These cells are red in color due to presence of hemoglobin. Hence, the human blood is red color.
Okay, good. Upward and downward movement of diaphragm occurs consecutively. श्वासपटलाची वर आणि खाली होण्याची क्रिया एका पाठोपाठ एक होते. Yes, Sanchita.
The breathing movements are possible due to contraction and relaxation of the diaphragm. The rib muscles also help in these movements. When the ribs rise and diaphragm is lowered at the same time, then there is a decrease in pressure on lungs. This causes movement of air into the lungs at the time of inhalation.
Okay. Your next question is blood donation is considered to be superior of all donation. रक्तदानास सर्वश्रेष्ठ दान संबोधले जाते. Yes, Mansi.
Blood donation without exception is life-saving. Blood is required in various situations like accidents, bleeding, surgical operation, etc. Blood donated by a healthy person is used to save the life of needful person. Hence, blood donation is considered to be superior of all donation.
Yes, good. Then person with O blood group is considered as universal donor. O रक्तगट असलेल्या व्यक्तीला सार्वत्रिक दाता म्हणतात. Yes, Nidhi.
Ma'am, can you repeat the question that some network issues occur?
I didn't get you. You want me to repeat the question?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Your question was the person with O blood group is called as universal donor.
Ma'am, can I?
Yes.
Person with O blood group does not have any antigen or RBCs. The O type blood thus cannot cause clothing reaction in the body of recipients. Such person with blood group can donate blood to any person having any blood group. Therefore, they are considered as universal donor.
Okay. Food must have limited amount of salt. आहारात मिठाचे प्रमाण कमी असावे. Mansi.
Excessive intake of salt causes increase in blood pressure. In hypertension, unnecessary tension develops in the arteries. Heart needs to perform more functions than normal condition in case of hypertension. Therefore, food must have limited amount of salts.
Yes, good. Explain the functional correlation of circulatory system with respiratory, digestive and excretory system. रक्ताभिसरण संस्थेचा श्वसन, पचन व उत्सर्जन या संस्थेशी असणारा संबंध कार्याच्या स्वरूपात स्पष्ट करा. How your circulatory system to your respiratory, digestive and excretory system? You must have learned this, right? No one. Why? Yes, Mansi.
Blood is red color fluid connective tissue which is an important component of the circulatory system. The circulatory consists of the heart, blood cells and capillaries. Blood transports respiratory gases like O2 and CO2. Blood carries oxygen from lungs to the various body parts and carbon dioxide from tissue to lungs. Blood transport nutrients like glucose, amino acids, and fatty acids from the wall of alimentary canal to the cells and tissue in the body. Blood carries nitrogenous waste like amino creatine from tissues to the kidney for excretion.
Yes. You just have to tell in the question that how it is related. कशा प्रकारे तो प्रत्येक गोष्टींसाठी उपयोगी पडत आहे. That you have to tell. Nothing to be worried in that. Okay. Next question is explain the structure and function of human blood. मानवी रक्ताची संरचना आणि कार्य लिहा. Yes, this lesson has been taught, right? सांगा. Chala, you can take the help of your book. Should I show you? Should I show you? Can you hear me? Can you clearly? Yes, Nidhi, will you?
Yes, ma'am. Structure,
Hmm.
structure that is component of the human blood. Human blood is a fluid connective tissue consists of blood plasma and blood corpuscle suspended in it. Plasma is a fluid part of the blood which is pale yellow in color. It is slightly alkali in nature. It contains proteins such as albumin, globulin, fibrinogen, etc. Blood cells are mainly of three types: RBCs, WBCs, and blood platelets. They are produced in red bone marrow. RBC are small circular and unelected cells. They are full of hemoglobin, which is essential in transporting oxygen. WBCs are large, nucleated, and colorless. They are of five subtypes: neutrophil, basophil, eosinophils, monocytes, and lipocytes. Platelets are very small disc-shaped blood cells with are 2.5 to 4 lakh per cubic millimeter of blood. Function of human blood: transport function. Gases. Oxygen is carried via blood from lungs to cell in various parts of body, and carbon dioxide from tissue to lungs. Nutrition. Simple nutrition like glucose, amino acid, fatty acid are taken up by blood from wall of alimentary canal. Waste material. Nitrogenous waste like ammonia, urea, creatinine are released by tissue into blood, which carries dose of kidney for extraction. Enzymes and hormones. Blood transport the enzymes and hormones from the site of their production to the site of their action. Protection. Antibiotics are produced in the blood, and they protect the body from microbes and other harmful particles. Thermogulation. Temperature is maintained constant at body temperature is maintained constant at 37 degrees Celsius by vasodilation and vasoconstriction. Maintaining the balance of minerals like sodium, potassium in the body. Function of blood cell. RBC with hemoglobin, it carries out transport respiratory gas. WBCS, soldiers of the body, produce antibiotic and gives immunity to body. Platelets help in a blood coating.
Very good, very good. Just one correction. Enzymes, hormones, RBCs, WBCs, okay, eosinophils, monocytes, hormones, enzymes. You should pronounce it better, okay? Very good, Nidhi. Next. Okay, so we will be going with lesson number 12. Introduction to acid and base. You're okay with this, or should I go with the lessons that I have taught you? Tell me frankly. Should I go with the lessons that I have taught you? Yes? Okay. Okay. Okay with this? Tell me, I don't want okay. I want you're okay with this, or should I go with the lessons that I have taught you? एकाने mic on करून सांगा. Mansi, what should I do? What your S is for?
Teacher, it is okay.
Okay, na? Yes, okay. So acid and bases, okay? Okay, this has been taught by me only, right? Give answers. Which acid is used for getting chloride salt? क्लोराइड याचे क्षार मिळवण्यासाठी कोणते आम्ल वापरले पाहिजे? Which acid to be used? Yes, Mansi.
Hydrochloric acid is used for getting chloride salt.
Good. By squeezing lemon on a piece of rock, the gas liberated turn lime water milky. Which compound is present in the rock? एका खडकाच्या नमुन्यावर लिंबाचा रस पिळला तर तो फसफसतो आणि त्यात निर्माण होणाऱ्या वायूने चुन्याची निवळी पांढरी बनते. मग खडकात कोणत्या प्रकारचं संयुग प्रेझेंट असेल? येस सोहम.
Calcium carbonate is present in the
Yes.
rock. The lemon juice contains citric acid, which is a weak acid. The weak acid dissolves the calcium carbonate, due to which lime water turns milky.
Very good. Which are the industrial uses of acids? आमचे औद्योगिक उपयोग कोणते? चला सांगा. Which are the industrial uses of acids? Yes, Nidhi.
Yes, ma'am. Acid which are used in industries that are sulphuric acid, hydrochloric acid, and nitric acid.
Yes, very good. No. I'm asking, these acids are used, but tell me the industrial uses. कशा प्रकारे कशासाठी वापरला जातं इंडस्ट्री मध्ये? येस
Ma'am, can I?
मानसी. Okay, go for it. Yes, Nidhi, go for it.
Sulphuric acid. Sulphuric acid is used in manufacture of chemical fertilizer like ammonium sulfate and for cleaning gold and silver articles and in also car batteries. Hydrochloric acid are used to clean toilets and to obtain glucose from starch and also for producing gluten. Nitric acid is used in the manufacture of perfume and for engraving on copper, brass or silver, and also in the manufacture of paints and explosives.
Very good. Okay. Main constituent of acid is, go for it in the chat box. Main constituent of acid is, लिहा chat box मध्ये, H plus ion. And main constituent of base is, OH plus, OH minus ions. And tartaric acid is a dash dash acid. Tartaric acid is a weak acid. Natural acid, which is in what tartaric acid is present? सांगा tartaric acid कशामध्ये present असतं? So we can Identify. Tartaric is not there, na? In lemon, citric is there. Sanga? Where we can find the tartaric acid, then only you can decide it is natural or weak. Tamarind, yes, it is the natural one, and weak also. Okay, it's not the strong acid. Now, lesson number 13, chemical change and chemical bond. रासायनिक बदल आणि रासायनिक बंध. आता सगळे आन्सर्स तुम्ही मला सांगितले आहे त्याचे, त्यामुळे पटापट गो फॉर इट. And dash dash is drawn in between the reactant and product while writing the equation for a chemical reaction. रासायनिक अभिक्रियेचे समीकरण लिहिताना अभिक्रिया कारके आणि उत्पादिते यांच्यामध्ये टिंबटिंब काढतात. ॲरो बाण. रस्टिंग ऑफ आयर्न इज अ डॅश डॅश केमिकल चेंज. लोखंडाचे गंजणे हा टिंबटिंब होणारा रासायनिक बदल आहे. स्लो. The spoiling of food is a chemical change which is recognized from the dash dash generation of certain dash dash due to it. अन्न खराब होणे हा रासायनिक बदल आहे, हे त्यात विशिष्ट टिंबटिंब निर्माण होतो त्यावरून ओळखता येते. स्मेल. A colorless solution of a calcium hydroxide in a test tube turns dash dash on blowing in it through a blow tube for some time. परीक्षणातील कॅल्शियम हायड्रॉक्साईडच्या रंगहीन द्रावणात फुंकनळीने फुंकत राहिल्यास काही वेळाने द्रावण टिंबटिंब होते. मिल्की. Equation match the pair. Okay. The white particle of baking soda disappear when you put in lemon juice. This means that there is a dash dash change. लिंबू रसात थोड्या खाण्याच्या सोड्याचे चूर्ण टाकल्यास थोड्या वेळाने पांढरे कण दिसेनासे होतात. म्हणजे हा केमिकल रासायनिक बदल आहे. So oxygen is a dash dash in respiration. श्वसन क्रियेमध्ये ऑक्सिजन हा एक टिंबटिंब आहे. रिएक्टंट. Sodium chloride is a dash dash compound while hydrogen chloride is dash dash compound. Ionic and covalent. Okay. Now your lesson number 14, that is measurement of effect of heat. Okay, brief answer. Chemical thermometer. Describe a chemical thermometer and how does it differ from thermometer used in laboratory. तापमापी जी केमिकल असते म्हणजे वैद्यकीय तापमापी तिचं वर्णन करायचं आहे आणि प्रयोगशाळेत ज्या वेगवेगळ्या तापमापी वापरले जातात त्याच्या कंपॅरिझन मध्ये ही कशी डिफरंट आहे ते सांगायचंय. येस मानसी.
Clinical thermometers are designed to measure temperature between 35 degrees Celsius to 42 degrees Celsius. Digital thermometer does not use the expansion of liquid due to heat. Instead, it has a sensor which can measure the temperature of body. The thermometer used in laboratory shows the range of temperature that it can measure, a large spanning 40 degrees Celsius to 110 degrees Celsius or even larger.
येस. मराठीमध्ये कोणी सांगणार का? Anyone wants to tell in Marathi?
मॅम कॅन आय?
Yes, Ayush.
वैद्यकीय तापमापीचे उपयोग माणसाच्या शरीराचे तापमान मोजण्यासाठी होतो. या तापमापित एक काचेची अरुंद नली असते, जिच्या एका टोकाकडे एक फुगा असतो. त्यामध्ये अल्कोहोल भरलेले असते. नलीच्या उरलेली जागा निर्वात असून नलीचे दुसरे टोक बंद केलेले असते. ज्या वस्तूचे तापमान मोजायचे असते त्या वस्तूच्या संपर्कात तापमापीचा फुगा काही काळ ठेवला जातो. त्यामुळे त्याचे तापमान वस्तूच्या तापमाना एवढे होते.
Yes. Next. What is the difference between heat and temperature and what are their units? उष्णता आणि तापमान यांच्यामध्ये काय फरक आहे आणि त्यांची एकके काय आहेत? Yes, Nidhi.
Yes, ma'am. Heat is related to the total kinetic energy of the atom in a substance, while temperature is related to the average kinetic energy of the atom in the substance. Heat flows a body at higher temperature to a body at lower temperature. Thus, temperature is quantity that determines the direction of flow of heat. It is a quantitative measure of the degree of hotness or coldness of a body. Higher temperature does not mean higher heat contents. The unit of temperature is degree Celsius, degree Fahrenheit, and Kelvin. And the unit of heat is calorie, and kilocalorie and
Sure.
joule.
Yes. Next. Explain the construction of calorimeter. कॅलरीमीटरची रचना स्पष्ट करा. कॅलरी मापी. Yes, Mansi. Okay. Anyone else? Structure of calorimeter. Yes. So be fast. Yes, Mansi. Are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Structure of calorimeter.
A calorimeter is similar to the thermos K. A calorimeter has two vessels, an inner and outer one. This one, this way, no heat can be transferred from the inner to the outer or from outer to the inner vessel. A device used for heat measurement is called calorimeter. Construction of calorimeter. It consists of a metabolic vessel and stirrer. They are made up of copper and aluminium. The vessel is then kept inside a wooden jacket which contains heat insulting. The outer wooden acts as a heat shield and reduces the heat loss from the inner vessel. The outer jacket has an opening through which a mercury thermometer is inserted into the calorimeter.
Yes. Good. Next question. Explain why rails have gaps at specific distances. रेल्वेच्या रुळात ठराविक अंतरावर पट का ठेवली जाते? Yes, Nidhi.
Yes, ma'am. The rays expand in summer due to increase in temperature of the atmosphere. They expand due to rise in temperature caused by friction between the rails and the wheels of the running train. If there is no gap between successive rails of a railway line, the rails will blend due to expansion. This blending and twisting of the rails will cause accidents. Hence, a gap is kept between successive rails of a railway line to make provision for their expansion in summer.
Okay, good. Next, we will be dealing with your next lesson, that is sound. Lesson number 15, sound. 1. These are the recent lessons, so you should remember the question answer clearly. Yeah? Give scientific reason. It is essential to change the tension on the vocal cord as we produce different sound notes from our larynx. तोंडाने वेगवेगळे स्वर काढताना स्वर तंतूवरचा ताण बदलणे आवश्यक असते. येस मानसी?
In human, sound is produced in the larynx. Two vocal cords are stretched across the voice box or larynx in such a way that it leaves a narrow slit between them for the passage of air. When the lungs force air through the slit, the vocal cords vibrate, producing sound. Muscles attached to the vocal cords can make the cords tight or loose. When the vocal cords are light and thin, the type or quality of voice is different.
Good. Next is astronauts on the moon cannot hear each other directly. चंद्रावरील अंतराळवीरांचे बोलणे एकमेकांना प्रत्यक्ष ऐकू येऊ शकत नाही. मराठी मीडियम तुम्हाला येत असेल तरी सांगा. येस आयुष?
येस मॅम. जवळ उभे राहून बोलले तरी त्यांना एकमेकांचे बोलणे ऐकू येणार नाही. चंद्रावर हवा नाही. ध्वनी प्रसारणासाठी आवश्यक माध्यम दोन अंतराळवीरांमध्ये नसल्याने त्यांच्यामध्ये माध्यमामार्फत होणारे ध्वनी प्रसारण होऊ शकत नाही.
म्हणून त्यांना एकमेकांचा आवाज ऐकू येत नाही. निधी?
Yes, ma'am. Two astronauts on a moon talking to each other directly will be unable to listen to each other. If they are very close to each other, the moon does not have atmosphere. Since there is no medium which is necessary for generation and propagation of sound between the astronaut, direct sound propagation between them is actually not possible. Therefore, the astronauts use some technology like the one used in our cell phones to communicate with each other. The waves used in a cell phone do not need any medium for propagation.
Yes. How is sound produced in a human larynx and a loudspeaker? मानवी स्वरयंत्रापासून आणि ध्वनी क्षेपकापासून ध्वनी कसा निर्माण होतो? Yes. In the previous lecture, you have answered all the question and answers. Now, what happened to you? How sound is generated? Yes, Nancy.
Sound produced in human larynx. In the human, sound is produced in the larynx. Two vocal cords are stretched across the voice box or larynx in such a way that it leaves a narrow slit between them for the passage of air. When the lungs force air through the slit, the vocal cords vibrate, producing sound. Voice produced by loudspeaker. Loudspeaker consists of a permanent magnet. If a current flows in a coil, it also generates magnetic field, depending on the magnetic field created due to the coil. The coil moves back and forth. The frequency and amplitude of the movement of the coil depends on the rarefaction in the current flowing through the cores. Due to back and forth motion of the loudspeaker screen, sound waves are produced in the air.
Okay. Now we will go to the next lesson. That is reflection of light. Okay. Fill in the blanks लिहा chat box मध्ये. The perpendicular to the mirror at the point of incidence is called dash dash. Normal. The reflection of light from a wooden surface is dash dash reflection. Irregular. The working of a kaleidoscope is based on the properties of dash dash. कॅलिडोस्कोपचे कार्य टिंबटिंब गुणधर्मांवर अवलंबून असते. रिफ्लेक्शन ऑफ लाईट, नॉट 100 डिग्री. Explain the difference between regular and irregular reflection of light. नियमित आणि अनियमित परावर्तन यामधील फरक सांगा. येस नॉन्सी.
Regular reflection. The reflection of light from a smooth surface is called regular reflection. Irregular reflection. The reflection of light from a rough surface is called irregular reflection. The angle of incidence and the reflection are sum for all parallel rays falling on the surface. The angles of incidence for all parallel rays are not equal. The reflected rays are parallel to one another over the surface. The reflected rays are not parallel to one another over the surface.
Okay. Okay. We are going to stop over here for today. From tomorrow, if you are having your exams, let me know which are they, and accordingly we will be planning your lectures. Okay. Accordingly त्या पेपरची तुमची रिव्हिजन घेतली जाईल क्लासमध्येच. Okay. Yes. Other schools other than Balaji students, do you know when your exams are starting? Mansi, then Ayush, तुमची एक्झाम कधी चालू होतीये माहिती आहे का? ओरल स्टार्ट झाल्या का? सोशल सायन्स. सोशल सायन्स. Yes, Mansi. For what you want in that revision? We have completed all the syllabus. Yes, make it clear. Clearly tell me what you want. Revision. Okay, okay. I will try to ask ma'am if there is free. Then yes, Wednesday we only have our lecture, na? Yes, Wednesday. Yes. Okay. So I'll be there. I'll be there. Okay. Okay. So you can leave now. Bye bye. Bye everyone. All the best for tomorrow's exam. Bye.